One of the most fun things and fulfilling things in football is putting the ball in the back of the net. But being a goal scorer is actually one of the most difficult and sought after things in football. If you're scoring goals, you're a very valuable player. So what is it that the elite goal scorers are doing that you might not be doing, but if you were to start doing, you could get to that level possibly as well? Let's go over that coming up next. Before we get into the first one, if you haven't already, make sure you get my free ebook, Game Changer. It is 33 ways to improve your game, a 50+ page ebook for free. That'll be down below in the description. Now, without further ado, let's get into the first thing that's gonna help get you to that elite goal scoring status, starting in reverse order with number 4. Now, number 4 is we have to get out of the way one of the obvious ones, and that is being able to score in many different ways. If you look at the elite goal scorers, they can score from many different positions. They can score equally well with both of their feet in most cases. And this is something that you have to deliberately train over and over and over again. You know, a lot of goal scorers, they will put so much more time into their finishing because one of the things that they are required to do, one of their main jobs, is to put the ball in the back of the net. So I guarantee strikers like Harry Kane, like Lewandowski, are putting in extra time on the training pitch to practice their simple finishes, to practice their finishes from different positions, to finish first time, to create space to finish. You know, they're working on all of the things they think they will need to give them the edge in matches so that they can do the one thing they need to do more than anything else, which is put the ball in the back of the net. And so for you, if you want to become a better goal scorer, you need to start working on your finishing very consistently and start putting more time into it. Again, I mentioned being able to score on both sides. That is going to serve you so much. You know, when I was younger, I worked on my left foot so that I could score on it, and I've scored so many goals with my left foot because of that, and it has definitely given me an edge over other goal scorers that never work on their weak foot. And so make sure you're doing that while working on all the different kinds of finishing over and over and over again, repetition, 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 at match speed, at game speed, and work on doing them better and better, cleaner and cleaner each time. In fact, in the comments, if it resonates, put "I am mastering my finishing," and we'll move on to number 3. Now, something else that goal scorers are masters at outside of their finishing is they are masters of movement. The reason a lot of these goal scorers will end up scoring what seem like simple goals a lot of the time is because they're experts at finding that yard of space, creating the separation they need in order to score goals. And they can do this in many different ways. Whether that's finding the passing lanes they need with clever movement that puts them in on goal so they're one-on-one with the keeper, whether that is finding that little bit of separation when a cross comes in so they can get a header on target or perhaps even get a tap in. They are masters at movement. Now, if you want to be a good goal scorer, you have to master movement. There's just no way around it. If you are easy to cover, it's easy for a defender to block off space where you would get the ball, or they can close you down easily, you're not going to get many chances to score goals. I mean, you could be one of the best goal scorers on the planet in terms of finishing, but if you're not getting chances, of course, you're not going to score. And so this is what goal scorers get really good at. If you look at the top goal scorers, you look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo as well, you can even look at him now because he's lost a yard of pace. He's still quick, but he's so good at finding the right position in order to score. You'll notice his body position will be in the right position to score. He'll create that separation. He knows how to do a little move and then score. He knows how to create that space that allows him to use his very good finishing ability to score a lot of goals. So start looking at different ways you can use movement to create separation, create that yard of space you need, or that little bit of separation so you get to the ball first, or whatever else, so that you are able to actually show off your finishing ability. Because again, if your movement is too predictable, if you only have one kind of trick up your sleeve when it comes to that, you're not going to score too many goals because you're just not going to be getting the ball in those goal scoring situations. If you're enjoying this video so far, or you're learned something so far, hit that like button and we'll move on to number 2. And number 2 is they have a bit of magic about them. You'll notice this about most of the elite goal scorers. Now, it's not all of them. You know, you do every now and then get a goal scorer who is kind of someone who has such good movement and finishing only that they score a lot lot of tap-ins or good finishes, but most really good top elite goal scorers have a bit of magic about them. And what that means is they can do something totally unpredictable at any point in time. You know, Liverpool, when they had Suarez, would see this all of the time in those couple of seasons where he was just absolute magic. He would do things you would never, ever, ever expect. Now, he would also tap the ball in, he would also have good movement and do tidy little finishes, but he would then do some things that, you know, some players wouldn't even try. Whether it was chipping a goalkeeper, I think Ruddy, from halfway to get his hat trick, whether it was doing that again against Ruddy, I think again, with that volley that looped in from like 35 yards, and there's so many other kind of just crazy goals he would score. He had that in his locker, and a lot of the elite players, the elite goal scorers especially, have that ability. Now, the reason they score goals like this from time to time is because they not only believe in themselves, they have confidence. Guess what? A player who's not confident isn't even going to try something like that, but they have belief in themselves. They know that they can do it. They know they have the ability, and they also will follow their instincts. I've scored a goal or two like that in my life before, and every single time I was able to do that, I didn't think about it. I didn't like analyze what I should do. I just did it because my instincts told me to shoot or told me to dribble or whatever else it was, and I followed my instincts the whole time. And when you get used to really following your instincts, especially as a goal scorer, you're going to find that not only will you score more goals, but you're going to start scoring some really good goals as well, so long as you're working on your ability, your skill, your goal scoring in training. Because again, if your instincts are telling you to do one thing, but you don't have the technique to apply that, it's not going to work. But if you're working on your technique, you're getting good at it, and then in a game, your instincts tell you to volley it from 30 yards, you're going to have every chance of scoring if you believe in yourself, your instincts told you to do it, and you have the technique to do it as well. And number one I want to give you is another belief one, but it's they always believe that they are going to score. You'll see with the top goal scorers is they back themselves so much. They always believe they're going to score, whether they're going into a match or even when they get an opportunity. Now, there will be rare moments where they might have some doubts, but with the top goal scorers, you rarely see this, because when you have doubts in front of goal, you'll start missing some easy chances. The striker position, the goal scoring position, is such a confidence-based position a lot of the times. And when you know that you're going to score, even though that you can't score every chance, but you really believe that every time I get the chance, I'm going to score. Every game, I'm going to score. And you've really wired that into yourself. You've put in the work. You're following your instincts. You will score more goals. There is power in that. That's why a lot of goal scorers like Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, and others sometimes come across as cocky, but it's just a belief system, a confidence that they are going to score, they're going to be the match winner, they're going to be the difference. And when you have this level of belief, you will score more goals. Again, you have to have the rest of it. You have to be putting in the work in the background, working on your movement, working on your finishing and everything else, but then have that belief to know going into every game, don't doubt yourself, I'm going to score. If I get a chance, I'm going to score, or I'll fashion a chance. I'm going to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Goal scorers are used to having that pressure on them and being the difference maker. All right, so that's what the elite goal scorers do, at least some of the things that they do. Now, one skill that's really going to help you as well when it comes to being a goal scorer, and you'll notice a lot of goal scorers are good at this as well, is your dribbling. So if you want to get good at your dribbling and find out what the elite dribblers are doing that you may not be doing, hit this video now and I'll see you over there. Once again, thank you for tuning in to this one. See you in that video.